tell you that we never ever got it done. That was it. Now, next week, she's back on our screens, not as an interfering neighbour like Dorian or in those silly clothes, but as an interfering school teacher in ITV's new daytime soap, which is called Night and Day. And I know you're going to give a very special welcome to the one and only Lesley Joseph.
Can you believe that?
I don't know.
Pop my bike up. Oh, no.
Let it go.
I'm leaving it. Leaving it.
How are you?
Oh, I tried to make a glamorous exit. I can't work with this woman. I'm just going to tell you that now. I thought...
Oh, it's terrible. We are lethal. I mean, absolutely lethal.
The bike's fallen down.
You slipped.
And I slipped on the floor.
Terribly elegant, Lesley, terribly.
Oh.
Listen, what is this whole bike thing? Is this a whole new regime?
I don't know. Oh, no, pull yourself together, woman. I don't know what it was. I try and keep... Look, stop it. Behave yourself.
I'm sorry.
Can I just show you my new figure? Excuse me, but I am over the age of 45. And look, this is not a bad figure.
Excellent.
And it's due to that. I cycle, and I absolutely mean this, about an hour and a quarter to work in the morning, film, which is a long day, it could be a 12-hour day, and then I cycle home again.
You're mad.
And I know I'm mad. Look, she's crying.
But you're
with
thin.
laughter.
But you're thin.
But I'm mad, but I'm thin. But I don't know what it was. I just suddenly became obsessed with... This sounds obscene, doesn't it? With biking. I really found it is the one thing that... also, look at my nails. My nails have gone incredibly strong.
Is that to do with biking?
Yes, it is, because somebody said the more you exercise, the more the blood goes through all the extremities. She doesn't believe me. She thinks they're fake.
Not a word of it,
All
anyway.
the extremities, and these are the best nails I've ever had.
Good.
That
Well,
aren't false.
congratulations.
So,
we're very pleased for you.
I absolutely believe that everybody should get on their bike.
You must be joking. What, and go and work on the set all day?
Go and work on the
at
set all
night time?
day. No, I mean, but I could do it, and I do. And you know, I'm bicycling along the Whitechapel Road, and I see all these little nooks and crannies. You see, everything I say sounds obscene. I see all these little nooks and crannies as I pass, and think, oh, that looks interesting. All this lovely, the architecture.
Oh, it's that Dorian again in that doorway.
Oh, it's terrible though when people recognise me now with the crash helmet on and no makeup.
Oh, I know, and they think you're going to arrive up there in a limo.
I know, no.
Actually, tell me about the new soap, because that must be really, really exciting for you.
It is really exciting.
Is this the pension?
Can I just tell you first how I got there? I mean, well, I didn't get it, but... I was in Blackpool and I was doing Annie, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I was just wondering what my next television role was going to be, or my long-term television role was going to be. And I had a phone call from Gypsy Leah Petrolengro, who said, will you please come in later, because I've got something to tell you. So 6 o'clock that evening, I went along to the front and I sat there and she said...
What do you mean the front?
The front, Blackpool front.
Oh, Blackpool
front.
OK.
So I sat there and she said, you're going to do a soap opera. I said, oh, am I? She said, yes. The next thing you do is going to be a soap. End of story.
And do you believe in the whole gypsy foretelling?
I sort of did that. I got very excited because I said to her, oh, the gypsy's called me in. She's got something exciting to tell me. They all said, yeah, she just wants a picture for the window. So I said, no, she's got something to tell me. So I sat there and she said, you're going to do a soap. And I put it to one side, got up the next morning, 10 o'clock, the phone rang and my agent said, let me run this by you, Lesley. What would you think about doing a new soap?
Oh,
now, what's weird about that is it's just the close proximity of those two conversations, which I just thought was so weird.
So now you're hooked. Every prediction now you're going to
every
believe.
prediction. I won't tell you what some of them do. But,
no, tell me, there are so many
Night and
soaps
Day.
on at the moment, and I'm just wondering where Night and Day is going to fit into all of this.
It's just so different. It's incredibly... I mean, I'm a soap addict and I watch them all. But this is incredibly...
It's not depressing.
Well, I'm quite depressing. I'm quite dark and gothic in it. Very sad, but quite funny as well. It's a bit of a mixture. It's quite like Dorian. She's much more evil and Machiavellian than Dorian. But again, like Dorian, she's sort of got a heart. And you sort of... What is interesting about Night and Day, you see a lot of the what they call the backstory. So let me start from the beginning. It's very original in so much as there's all sorts of techniques that you don't see in the normal soap. You could have split screen, you could have subtitles, you could have it could suddenly go into black and white. You have a lot of close-up, you could have eyes, you have weird camera angles.
So well
you
shot.
could have shot on single camera, so they shoot it as per film. So you can have the most amazing... I mean, it's very funny because I love my lighting. I'm always in love with the lighting
Have you got that Doris Day piece of gauze?
Oh, darling, I have got filters over that lens for days. but I've got this huge, what we call a poly, well, you'll know, which is like a gold reflector, and it is this big in gold because we had this most amazing American lighting director.
Well, listen, I don't have one of those gold things around here.
No,
maybe
that's I carry my own, just sits under
do you
here.
carry your own light, darling?
But what they do is they with this, they'll shoot if you and I were sitting having a conversation in a normal soap, we'd be sitting here and you'd shoot a master and then you'd do a shot on you and a shot on me. With this, there's one conversation I have with my niece, and I inherit this cupboard, which my sister says I used to lock her in when she was a child, because I'm fairly evil.
It's another nook and cranny.
It's another nook and cranny, very dark nook and cranny, this one. And this film, this scene is shot where she will be at one end and I will be at the other, and it'll start and it'll sort of crash in and end up on a close-up, and it's all like a German expressionistic cinema.
So dramatic.
It's dramatic, it's new, a lot of music, a lot of modern music, a lot of quick cutting, almost pop video time.
Kylie Minogue here does the theme
Minogue
tune.
has done the theme tune, which I haven't heard yet, because I've been too busy
Now, the thing is that you
working.
haven't actually seen any of the soap, have you? Because we've got a very early clip from it.
Oh, have you?
It starts on Tuesday.
I haven't seen any of it!
And we should set it up that, well, actually, it's quite self-explanatory.
Okay.
Because you go in to take over, to look after some children.
They're my nephew.
Yes,
two
and this
nephews
is where
and
your
a niece.
oldest nephew, or the oldest
Sam,
child in the family,
who is gorgeous,
wants you to take over. So let's pick up on it.
OK.
I've been offered a chance to play for Newcastle United, training with the first team.
Is that good?
It's a Premier League club. It means I don't have to play non-league football anymore.
So it'll be like a proper job.
It's everything I ever dreamed of. Only Lucy's about to take her SATs, and it wouldn't be fair to uproot her now. So I was wondering if... Would you look after them for a while? It'll only be for a few months until I get everything sorted.
When?
Almost immediately.
Tell me the truth, Samuel. If I wasn't your only living relative and you had no other choice, would you be sitting here now asking me this?
No.
You know, when your mother was a little girl, I used to pretend she was my own daughter. I brought her up. Did I get any thanks? No. But I suppose that's a cross every parent has to bear.
Very good.
The lovely thing for me in this is, well, it's a shock seeing my hair. The lovely thing in this is that there's a lot of drama. I mean, for me, because mainly people know me from Birds of a Feather, a lot of drama in it, and also a lot of comedy, but there's such a range. She's just a dark character with deep undertones.
So, as a matter of interest, how often is it going out per week? Now, it starts on Tuesday.
It's going out 3 times a week, and then...
At what time?
At 5:05.
5:05.
And then they have a late night, I think they call it Night and Day, the remix. It's not quite an omnibus, because I think we have to lose a little bit. And that will have some scenes that you haven't seen earlier.
Raunchy scenes, you mean?
The scenes that we have underlined in our scripts in big black italics, and that they won't show in the early slot. So there's just... I mean, some people will watch both, some will only see the remix. But
well, it's very exciting.
It is interesting stuff.
And we wish you well. Good cast as well, we should say.
Fantastic cast. Kathy Tyson, who's divine, Lisette Anthony,
Glynis Barber,
Gareth Hunt, who I can't work with, bad as you. As soon as he comes on set, he's much taller than I am. Laugh, hysterical tears.
Yeah. Actually, you were talking about Dorian there. I mean, you'll never be allowed to forget Dorian because she was such a great character. She was voted, what, second?
Number 2 bitch!
Number 2 bitch!
Actually, I'm not sure I should be proud of that, but everybody who came on said, oh, Dorian's not a bitch, she's just so lovable. But I was beaten by Anne Robinson.
Oh.
But I did beat Miss Piggy.
But Dorian you loved, didn't you?
I loved
she was a great
Dorian
character
changed
to
my
deal
life.
with.
I think I'm so proud of Dorian. And I think this new character, Rachel Kulgren, who's actually a teacher and who speaks in the most prosaic, literary way, is also wonderful. The thing about Dorian, she's got great hidden depths, Dorian.
But what do people still say to you about Dorian?
Well, people adore Dorian. I mean, I think she did become a sort of national institution. People took Dorian very much to their heart.
And, of course, with the boys, I mean, it all spilled over into your own life in that you could have fun as Dorian, couldn't you? Like if you were opening a shop or...
I could get away with things as Lesley because of Dorian.
Yes, exactly.
And very often, if I was doing an after-dinner speech or something, I would do part of it as Dorian, or I would read a letter that Dorian had written, which she obviously hadn't. But Dorian could be very risque, but the thing is, she was never crude.
Shall we just have a look at her in action?
Have you got some?
Oh, yeah, I love her.
Oh!
Here she is.
Dorian, I'll never forget this little fish restaurant we found. Well, if I'm boring you, just let me know. Sorry.
Thanks very much, love.
It's OK. You haven't. Not the window cleaner.
Tracy, just because a man winks at me, it doesn't necessarily mean I've slept with him. Recently.
See, the timing of that would just be terrible.
I know. The good thing about that, the difference between that and what I'm doing now is that was with an audience. My timing was everything in that. You could work with your other actors and the audience. The thing about the soap is, in the end, it's the director's baby.
Yes,
it's not ours so
real
much.
team effort.
Yeah, so...
Listen, I wish you well. We'll be watching
you.
on Tuesday. And I want to see you slip around that settee and get on that bike again. Go on, give me another laugh.
Excuse me.
Lesley Joseph. Go on, darling, throw your leg over it and ride it.
Giving me handlebars!
She's got it all the wrong way
I'm
around.
leaving, and I'm not coming back. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Lesley. Definitely an unscheduled moment. I didn't think I was going to do that myself. Anyway, after the break, we're going to be announcing the winner of our competition to win a break at a really, really luxurious health farm. And then Meena Pathak will be telling us all about a very sacred festival which literally lights up the lives of Hindus around the world. It's called Diwali, and we'll be finding out more and some gorgeous food in just a moment.
You know what Stephen's